Hello. In this lecture, we learn how to ask personal questions and how to give answers to some personal questions. We are on Unit 10 from our Person to Person 1. Let's start this lecture with reading the dialogue, which is also available on CD2 track 39. This conversation is between Glenn and Sabrina. So, Sabrina, where are you from? Sabrina, I am from Canada originally. Glenn, really? That's cool. I love visiting Canada. Where were you born? I was born in Montreal. Glenn, when did you come to Los Angeles then? Sabrina, well, my family moved here when I was 10. Glenn, oh, did you go to school here? Sabrina, I went to high school in Pasadena. Glenn, did you go to college right after high school? Sabrina, actually I didn't. I traveled for a while in Europe and I lived in France for 6 months. Glenn, cool. When was that? Sabrina, let's see, that was almost 2 years ago. I cannot believe it's been that long. Glenn, I bet it was a fascinating experience. What did you do while you were there? Sabrina, oh, nothing that interesting. Nothing that interesting. I just studied French. Anyway, that's enough about me. How about you? Were you born in Los Angeles? Did you feel that he was like questioning her? Because that is the case. Anyways, let's dissect this conversation. Glenn asked Sabrina a number of personal questions about the place of her birth, where did she go to high school, and other experiences such as what she did after graduating from high school. So let's see how he asked all of these personal questions. The first question that he asked was actually where she is from. He said, "Where are you from? Where are you from? Where are you from?" The second question that was asked by Glenn is, "When did you come to Los Angeles then? When did you come to Los Angeles then?" The third question is, "Oh, did you go to school here? Did you go to school here?" The fourth question was, "Did you go to college right after high school? Did you go to college right after high school?" And the final question was, "What did you do while you were there? What did you do while you were there?" Okay, so all of these are questions, are personal questions concerning the place of her birth, her experience after graduation, when she moved to another city or to another country. All of these are called personal questions. Now let's see what is in here. Giving and getting personal information. Where are you from? Like if you want to know when that person is from, you say, "Where are you from? Where are you from?" I am from Canada. I am from Britain. I am um, from Poland. All of these um, are possible answers. Were you born? Where were you born? Where were you born? Okay. Where were you born? Where were you born? It means the place of your birth. The place of your birth. The answer might be, I was born in Montreal. I was born in Montreal. I was born in Baghdad. I was born um, in any other city. Okay, so that is called the place of birth. It might be asked in this way: were you born in Los Angeles? Were you born in Baghdad? Were you born in Basra? All of these possible questions. You might say, no, I wasn't born in Basra, I was born in Baghdad. Okay, giving and getting personal information. Often people ask about the place of your birth and also about like your academic career, the schools you went to, the experiences that you had after graduation. Did you go to school here? Did you go to school here? Now you would like to know whether that person that you are having a conversation with, whether he went to school um, in that particular city. So you say, did you go to school here? Okay. Now, if you also want to know whether that person went to college right when she was graduated from high school, you ask in this way: did you go to college right after high school? Did you go to college right after high school? I might say, no, uh, no, I didn't go to college right after high school. Okay, so these questions are almost about your academic career as well as about your personal experiences in between, and the place of your birth, and the city, and when you moved to that particular city, being specific. Now look into this exercise. It explains some everything very clearly. Now we have Sabrina timeline. Sabrina's timeline. Okay, we see that in 1992 she was 6 years old. So the question is, where did you go to elementary school? Where did you go to elementary school? The answer is, I went to elementary school in Montreal. In 1996, she was 10 years old and she um, went into she went to middle school. So the question might be, where did you go to middle school? Where did you go to middle school? She might say, I went to middle school in LA, okay, in Los Angeles. Now, in 2000s, she was 14-year-old and it was time for her to go to high school, which was in Pasadena. So the question might be, where did you go to high school? The answer is, I went to high school in Pasadena. Now, in the second half of Unit 10, we discuss periods of time. Okay, so let's get right into it by reading the dialogue, which is also available on CD2 track number 44. This dialogue is between Sabrina and Mary. We have the same character from the previous dialogue, but we have another character whose name is Mary, and they are meeting after a while. Okay, Sabrina, Mary, is that you? It's been so long. How are you? What are you doing these days? Mary, hi Sabrina, good to see you. You are not going to believe this, but I am actually a chef. Sabrina, you are kidding. You have always hated cooking. Mary, I know, I used to hate it, but now I love it. Sabrina, what made you change your mind? Mary, well, it was when I tried vegetarian food. Before that, I used to cook really boring things, but vegetarian food was so much fun to cook. Sabrina, I still cannot believe it. So, where did you go to cooking school? Mary, I went to San Francisco to study. Sabrina, really? How long did you stay there? Mary, I was there for about 2 years, Sabrina. And what did you do after that, Mary? Well, then I came back here. I got a job as a junior chef here in LA because I was a little homesick. That means we can hang out. So, where is your restaurant? Can I book a table for this weekend? So, as I said in this, now let's see how we can discuss long periods of time or the length of time. For example, we often start by asking, how long did you? How long? How long? How long asks about the periods of time, okay, the length of time. For example, how long have you been here? How long did you go to Pasadena High School? For example, I went to Pasadena High School for 4 years. I went to Pasadena High School for 4 years. So you give a specific period of time. How long did you study? How long did you study in LA? How long did you study in LA? I studied in LA for 3 years. Okay. We can also ask about the periods of time that in this way. For example, how long have you been living here? How long have you been living here? I've been living here for 2 years now. I've been living here for 2 years now. Okay? So, that's how we go about it. Now, my career. Now, asking what is next, for example, or asking what next. Now, asking what next. What did you do after high school? You can say, well, then I came here. What did you do after leaving San Francisco? I worked as a server for 6 weeks. Okay. Now, what is important for me in here is sometimes we describe changes that have occurred in our lives or in our personalities. For example, I used to hate cooking, but now I love it. I used to hate cooking, but now I love it. For example, I used to hate being alone, but now I love it. I used to hate hanging around uh, a lot of friends, but now I love it. Okay. I used to like vegetarian food, but now I don't really like it. Okay, so these are changes that happen to our personality. We will be doing this listening exercise next time.